Hello everyone, today I want us to go through UNEB 2020 and we are going to go through web design number for this, and we're also going to use WordPress. We are using WordPress for this number, that's web design. It was number 2. The proprietor of 3 restaurant would like to have a website to advertise the business. Design a 3-page website for the restaurant as follows. Home page should include introduction, links to other pages, marquee, contact address. Then page 2 should include food menu, stock prices in form of a table. Page 3 should include 4-column tables to display the details of the 3 restaurants. Then insert appropriate graphics in your pages. Save your work as your name and person number. And lastly, print your work. So let's begin with the first one, that's coming up with a site, and I've told you we are still using a WordPress. Now to use a WordPress, it must be installed in your computer and you must have some plugins and the themes that you are going to use. So the first step to come up with the website is to click on appearance here, and appearance, remember I'm already on the dashboard of my WordPress. So under appearance there is themes, and here we are using Astra. So make sure Astra is installed on your computer, or you can use any other themes, but Astra is the best for this case. So I was saying from appearance you click on customize. So we want to customize our site. How do we want our site to look like? So you click on customize, and there are some few things that we are going to customize. So after clicking on customize, this is what you should be able to see, customization options. Now the first thing we need to customize is the header builder. So click on the header builder, and that's where you're going to get the site title and the logo. So you click on site title and logo, then you select the logo. Even if the question wants a logo or not, please, it's important for you to use a logo. So include a logo. So here we are going to upload files, and we shall select files. So make sure you have at least a folder containing some of the images you will use, and here I have it on my desktop, and it is called the image 2. So I have a folder called images 2 containing all the images I will need to use. Remember, this is a restaurant. So since it is a restaurant, look for an image that qualifies for it. So look for an image that can be used. For example, I may use this because it's a restaurant. So you can click on it and open from here. Then you let your image load. After it has loaded, then there is that option of selecting here. So click on select, and there also you will see skip cropping and crop image. We don't want to crop for this case. We shall skip cropping such that our image appears as whole. So you are done with the logo. Then what next you can do is to look for the site title. So site title is here. That's where you are going to remove that my site, and you type in the site title. So come up with the site title. For example, this is a restaurant, so you can look for any name to give. So I have here Okolong and the Sons Restaurants. Okolong and Sons Restaurants. So the title, you can see it is already there. And then you can also go ahead and look for display site tag. You activate it and you type in your tagline here. So you remove the one which is there and you can now type in yours for quality foods. So it will also appear under this. Then after that, you may want to also include a site icon. So a site icon, for example, what you can see here where there is customize my type, you can see this part here, or you can see this one here is for Firefox. So what ours, when we log into the site, we should be able to see that icon up around there. So we can also now click on it and you select the icon. After you upload the files and you also select the files, it will always be better to use the same. So I will use that and open. And then you also select it from here, down here, and you skip cropping. So there you can now see it has changed. You can see now our site icon there. Then what we can also do here, remember this is a top banner. Now this top banner we can change its color. And how do we change the color of the top banner? When you bring your cursor on that, around that top banner, it brings for you these two pencil-like items. One is for editing the element. For example, the element here is this image. Then the other one is for editing the row. So I will click on the upper one. After clicking on the upper one, now here you are on general. I will click on design. After clicking on design, you will be able to see very many other things. For example, there is a background, there is bottom, border color. How do you want this color here to be? There is bottom border size. You can either increase it or decrease it, your choice. So you can take it to 1. Then there is also spacing, there is padding. So you can take time and look at them. You can see here there is margin. How do you want your margin to be affected? For now, I will not look at all that. So I'm here on the background, and you can change the background in a color of your choice, or maybe if an exam required one, you look for one and change. Or you can also even use a gradient. You can look for gradient here and use a gradient for that part or image. But for now, let me use the color. So after you have selected that, you can now publish, because we are done with our title, we are done with the logo, we are done with the changing the color of the banner. So we can now publish to save the changes, what we have done there. Then next we can go back to our, using this arrow here, we can go back to our customization items. So we are done with customizing the first item, which is the header builder. So the next one, now we can go to sidebar. So up from the sidebar, In case you don't want this part here to remain, this one here, what you can do, under default layout you have three. One, the right sidebar, which is here by default. Then in case you want it to be to the left, you can use this, but for now I'm going to say no sidebar, and you will see it disappearing. After, you can go ahead and publish, because that's the only thing we need there. And next we can go back to our customization, and we now customize the footer builder. Remember, here for now we are supposed to customize 5 items, that is header builder, sidebar, footer, menus, and home page setting. But menus and home page setting will be the last, because I will need to first create all the pages, then I will create a menu and I add them there, then I set home page. That will always be appearing. So under footer builder, you click on it and you come and click on copyright. So from copyright, you will be able to see what is supposed to be here. Like now you can see copyright 2020 Okolong and Sam's Restaurant, powered by. So I will remove that powered by. So it means I will remove from the end here up to that part of the title. And when I remove it, you can also even see it here, it has changed. But remember, they said we can also apply a McQueen. So we can apply a McQueen to this text under the footer. So what you will do here, under this copyright, we are under visual, but for you to apply a McQueen, you need to change it to text. So you click on text. So at the beginning here, you introduce in the McQueen tag, McQueen. Then a McQueen tag must be closed, so you close it. McQueen, make sure it's the right spelling. Good. So we are done with our footer section. So you can also publish it to save the changes. Make sure you publish each and every step. So when we go back, these other remaining true, we shall do them after we have added the pages. So I can now close this section. So after closing the section, it will take you back to the dashboard. So let's go back to our question. So our question here is saying design a 3-page website. The first one is a home page, which will include the introduction, links to other pages. With the linking, that one is like free marks, because it will be linked in automatically. Mark we have added, then contact address. So we go back to our WordPress. Then now we are going to add pages. So you click on pages, it loads for you all the pages. But remember, here you have some pages which are already there, like privacy policy, sample page. Remove them. So I will come and trash privacy policy, then I will also trash sample page, and you remain with the no page. Then from there you begin adding your own. So here there is pages, add new, click on add new. After you have clicked on add new, then it loads for you a blank page, and you can now add the title. Remember, this is supposed to be a home page, so our title can be home. After you have done that, remember we are just adding pages, which I'll add content later. Then here we have publish. So you have added one page. The next page, add a new page. So this next page is supposed to be page 2 should include a food menu, prices in form of, so you can call this one menu. So the title here, menu, publish it, publish again. That one is done. Then you add another page, new. And when we go back to the question, page 3 should include 4 columns to display details of the 3 restaurants. So it's now upon you to come up with the page title there. In case you fail to come up with the page title, you can just call it page 3. But for now, you can even say details or branches of page 3. So publish. So there, now I'm done with adding my pages. So I can now go back to dashboard by simply clicking on this this WordPress icon here. It will take me back to, so we have pages here. You can see there are 3 pages. You can even view this website now. Let us view the site and we see. So already you can see the quiz here moving. You have here the details, only that it is blank. We have home, also blank, then menu, which is also blank. So we are now going to add the content. So let me go back to the dashboard by clicking on this W there. It takes you back to dashboard. So where are we? We are under pages. When you click on those pages, it takes you back and we begin editing. I will begin with the home page. The moment you just bring your cursor on that page, it gives you the option for edit. So when you click on edit, here they have said some simple introduction, then my quick contact address. So let us introduce. So we shall add the block. So to add the block, you can see here we have this, then a plus here, and specify what you are adding. So let me first add the heading, and I will change it maybe to H3. Sorry, yes, H3, and can introduce welcome to our home page. So if you are done with that, you can press enter key to add another block. You come to a plus here. Now from this plus, you can click on a plus and you see what you are going to add. So let me add some image first, since it is a home page. Now since it is a home page, I always like using cover, not just an image, a cover. So when you click on cover here, upload, because you are going to use the image as a cover, then look for a nice image that can act as a cover. For example, within here you can see, maybe I can try to use this, open. Okay, so we have there our cover and you can see it. Then here write the title. Still I can type in there the name of the restaurant, Okolong and Sons Restaurant. Okay, so we are done with that. Then can now go ahead and add another block. It's the home page and they said introduction. It's now you to be a little creative. For example, I'm adding a block here. This time I may want to add a column. So look for a column. You can type here column, or you can browse all. It will bring for you all what you are supposed to add. And I'm looking for columns. They are here. So when I click on it, you may have 2 columns, 3 columns, your choice, but for now let me use 2, which is a 50 by 50. So I'm using 2. So you can see I have here columns. Now in this column we have the mission and the vision of your restaurant. So let me add the heading within there, and the heading is going to be heading 3. So I may want there mission of our restaurant. Press enter key within there. So remember, we are dealing in this block here. So here I add now a paragraph for the mission. So you know the mission of your restaurant. You can say maybe to do this, depending on what your restaurant is able to do. So that one you will add it. Let me just put there some text. Let me just put there some text because of time. But you can put there your put here your vision. So we have them there. Then you come this side. What are you adding? You are adding heading. That was mission. Now this heading I will also make it H3, and here now I can have vision. Press enter to add another block. And what am I adding here? I'm adding a paragraph. Now this vision 2, you add them there, and there now you have dealt with that block. Then in case you have other things to put, you can now come down and add maybe a paragraph, and you add some other text that you have within there. Some other text that you have within there. So good, you are done with your home page, but it should not take a lot of time on only one page. So here you can also now add maybe other images. Okay, so you can come and add maybe gallery, upload, and you choose those images to be on the gallery. So you look for some foods because you are dealing with a restaurant. Because you are dealing with the restaurant, you can select that. Can also come and select this. There is tea, there is sambusa, some avocado there. Then you place them there. So you check on your images and you see that's good. So after, remember you already published this page. Now you need to update it. So you can update. After updating, we can now go back to the pages by simply clicking on this W to take us back to the dashboard. We are done with the home page. Now we are going for menu. We are editing menu. So under menu, we wanted us to include a food menu, stock price in form of a table. So here you can now add a small heading, which is a heading 3. Then you can say the following is our menu. Any command add. This time now we are going to add the table. You browse all to look for the table. After clicking on the table, they say they did not specify the number of items, so I can have 2 columns and maybe 6 rows depending on the number of items I'm going to add. Create table, then create. So the first one here, you will have food, then here you will have the price. So begin with the first one, maybe chicken. Chicken is 15,000 Ugandan shillings. You have beef. Beef is maybe 10,000. You have goat's meat. Goat's meat is around 12,000. You have peanut, 5,000. You have fresh fish, it's around 10,000 also, with many others. And then down here you can add another paragraph, and you can say NB all served with posho, rice, sweet potato, kalo, yes, etc. So depending on what you have in your restaurant, so you can bold this. Good. So after I'm done with that, that's all they wanted here. So I can simply just enter any add some image or gallery just to accompany that. Upload, then you come and select the images you want to be there. So under menu, we have this, have that, yes. So you're done with that page. If at all you find this one is becoming very big compared to these other images, you can come and click on this gallery, then you arrange them in columns such that they are okay. Columns, group, okay. You can leave it in columns, and after you have done that, you can update. Then we go back to our dashboard by clicking on W, and now we are going to the details, which is the last one. We are editing it, and here they said we do what? Should include 4-column table to display the details of the 3 restaurants. So we can go back here, can introduce with a small heading, add heading. I want to be uniform, I'm using it 3. following is the details about or of our three restaurants. Press enter key, then you come to add it because they want it to be in a table. So look for table here, and they have said 4 columns. Then maybe I may have 4 rows and create. So here I have the name of restaurant. Then here you have maybe location. Then here you have contact, and here you may have services. So you fill in the restaurants that you have, fill them here, location, and then you can also go ahead and add in some image or gallery. So let me add the image, upload. Let me look for some image here. Okay, let me look for some image here. I think I can try to use this one for now. Open. So this image also you can make it big a bit by simply dragging it to cover that, so that is seen well, that can be seen well. So that's, then you update. After you have done that, you can now go back to dashboard, and you can view the site by coming to click on this site name here. So you can see home, you have the home page there, looking very nice. Then menu, so you have the menu there, looking very nice. Then lastly, details, so you have the details there, looking very nice. Okay, so we are done with our site. Of course, they are telling us upload graphics. We are done. We shall save and print. So let's now go to our last part by going back to the dashboard, and we are now going to customize again. To finish the customization by clicking on appearance, then customize. So after, remember we already customized the header builder, we are done with the footer builder, we are done with the sidebar. I can also come to global just to change the site color. So then under colors, you come and look for site colors, site color. So there's here site background. When you click on site background, you can now select the background of your site, be of that kind, and you publish. Like that, you change the color of the pages. They may want that. Then that was not my main focus of coming to this time. Here we are supposed to come to menus. So when you click on menus, you create a menu. So click on create menu. After, you give the menu the name. You can call it mains, give it any name you can, and we are using it as a primary menu. Then in case you may want to use it as also a footer menu, choice, then next. After that, we are now adding items to the menu that we have just created. Let us add the items. and here we are adding home, which is the first. Remember, we have two homes here. We have this home, which is a page, then home, which is a custom link. But for us, we are adding page, so home, add that, and we shall add the menu, then also we shall add the details, and there we are done with the adding our items. So after you have done that, you can now publish, because those are the things we wanted to add there. So you can now publish. So after we have published, we can now go back to customization, and we are now going to home page setting. You can now see this page is the one that will always appear by default. For example, when you go back and visit that site or view the site, you will see this hello world appearing. We want the home page to be the one to come in. So what do we do now? What we do, we shall go back to our dashboard. From the dashboard, remember we are customizing, and now lastly we are going for home page setting. So when you click on home page setting, look for home page setting. When you click on home page setting, you select a static page, and which one do you want to be your static page? You come and select it from here, and you want home to be the static page. It will replace what was there. Then you can publish it. So members, we are done with our site. We can close this. We are done with the whole number, and now the next thing to do is to save the static files to be marked by or to be put in the CD. So remember, I also installed here a plugin called Simple Static. So when you come and point at Simple Static, there is a generate setting, then diagnostic, which I'll first set. So you click on settings. Then when you click on settings, you come and look for save for offline use, because we shall mark it offline. Then save for offline use, and make sure you save the changes from here. You click on save changes. After you have clicked on save changes, go back to Simple Static, and now generate. Click on generate, then you come and click on generate static files, and you wait for 1 to 2 minutes or less for your static files to be generated. And that's the last part of this number here. So you will find that the number is very simple, but we tend to always ignore it, making the whole paper to be compulsory. So let us try and teach the learners, more especially now using WordPress. Now here you can see now it has generated, and we can now download. So click here to download. So you allow it to download for you, then you go and open your download. So after opening the download, you will find the zipped folder there. Copy it, right click on it, and copy to your folder, your exam folder, the main folder. For example, here I have my main folder. My main folder is here called the message. So when I open it, I will simply come and click paste it here. So you paste that there. After pasting it, please make sure you extract. You don't leave it without extracting. So right click on it and extract all. So after you have extracted it, you can now give it a name. Now that folder name comes from here. Save your work as your name and personal number. Okay, so I'm now saving it by right clicking on the extracted folder, rename, and you give it your name. And personal number. So there you are done with a number. So you can open this folder you have extracted. You can also even first delete this those zipped ones, and then when you open this folder you will be able to see index. Now open that index and you test your site. So you can see we have a home page looking very nice here, very good. Then we also have here menu looking very nice there, great. And then you can also go ahead and check on details. So the pages are linking the way they wanted. Our mark quiz, they are working, the pages are linking. What next is now to print it will work. Now to print, you must print from a browser. So open page per page as you are printing. For example, I'm on home now. You can come to, if you are using Firefox, you can come to this 3 lines here, click on it, you will be able to see print here. If you are using other browsers where this 3 lines is not there, you just press on Ctrl+P, it will bring you to the same. So here you can make some setting. For example, if you want maybe to be in a portrait and landscape, then send it to the printer. After you have sent it to the printer, open another page, for example menu, do the same, then send it to the printer until you are done with all of them. So members, that has been that number for 2020. Thank you so much.